This delicacy of the northeast is made by folding layers of butter and lard into yeasted dough to create a crisp and flaky pastry. It's understood that they were developed in Aberdeen as an alternative to a bread roll for fishermen who could be at sea for a fortnight or more. Their high fat content helped them to last longer and was a valuable source of energy for the fishermen's hard physical labour. But for a few years, this popular food became forbidden fruit. During World War I, there were initially voluntary and later mandatory restrictions on food production to limit wartime food shortages. Staple foods like bread were particularly at risk due to low wheat stocks and Britain's reliance on imported wheat. Bakers and housewives were encouraged to bulk bread out with potatoes, for example. In May 1917, the Ministry of Food introduced the bread order, which made it illegal to sell bread less than 12 hours after it had been baked, on the basis that older bread is less appetizing and easier to cut into thin slices. Butteries were typically sold warm, straight from the oven. Initially, butteries were exempt from the ban. However, after a few months, the food controller decided they needed to come off the menu. Some bakers defied the ban and a black market trade in butteries began. While many surely got away with it, several Aberdeen bakers were fined 20 shillings, the equivalent of 480 butteries, for selling fresh Rowies. Bakers' unions continued to appeal, particularly on the grounds that Rowies were an important food for the working class. Finally, in August 1919, the order was revoked and fresh, hot Rowies were legally back on the menu.